committed to environmental reporting here at WUSA 9. We know the impact clean air and water has on all of our lives, and sometimes we have to go tell that story and have a little fun while we do it.
Yeah, you have to. Today, our environmental reporter Scott Broom tags along for a fishing tournament on the Chesapeake Bay. It turned out to be quite a learning experience about the impact of restoration efforts.
This might be the weirdest fishing tournament you've ever heard of because catching the big one is not how you win.
Oh! Look at that. Good news is in the Rod and Reef Slam, size doesn't matter.
Instead, it's the angler who catches the most different kinds of fish who wins.
Got our first species here, croaker.
And Chesapeake Bay Foundation Maryland Executive Director Dr. Allison Colden
We're just going to unhook him.
Is first on the board this morning with a tiny croaker.
So this is another one of those species that is associated with oyster reefs.
We're looking at really hard oyster bottom.
Captain Bart Jager keeps a close eye on the depth finder. Oh, there we go.
It's not just the hard bottom that they're attracted to, but it's all the other life that's living on that oyster reef.
Oh, we got off. And that is the other rule in this contest. The Bay Foundation's Rod and Reef Slam is a 9-day fishing tournament that puts the focus on all the good oyster reef restoration is doing in the Chesapeake Bay by counting only fish caught in restoration zones.
Here we've got another species. This is a spot. Right on top of the oyster reef is where we got him.
The bay now has more than 1,000 acres of restored oyster reef areas like the ones we were fishing over near Annapolis. This is a white perch, species number 3 off the oyster reef here in the Severn River. And this is a catch and release tournament, so see you later, buddy. They're created by placing concrete structures like these or piling up shell underwater to give oysters something to stick to. Scientists are now documenting millions of new oysters living on the reefs in places where, in some cases, the bottom used to be a desert of life-choking mud caused by centuries of environmental abuse and sediment pollution.
This looks like a big school of fish here.
The reefs, they are now an underwater magnet for all kinds of life.
Species number 4, sand perch or silver perch.
Kayak fisherman Jim Sheehan is noticing the change out here. Is the bay going to make it?
I think it is starting to show some results.
And here's some of my conversation with Dr. Coldman about why all this matters.
Oyster reefs can support more than 350 species of different fish. So our goal is to encourage anglers to get out there on the bay's restored oyster reefs, fish over them and see what they can catch.
Oyster reefs aren't just for oysters. Is that right?
Exactly. Oyster reefs are one of the most important habitats in the Chesapeake Bay. We call them a foundation habitat because they are so important, as you said, not just for oysters, but for these hundreds of other species. So it's incredibly important that we are protecting and restoring oyster reefs in the bay for all of these species, which are really important for commercial and recreational fisheries.
So, if I'm a fisherman and I want to catch fish, maybe I look for an oyster reef.
Absolutely. Head to an oyster reef and you should have a great day fishing.
Okay, so we've caught a dozen fish, 4 different species, all caught and released. And one of my colleagues just snagged and pulled up some oyster shell, proving we're on top of that critical habitat. And by the way, we did not win the tournament. On the Chesapeake Bay, Scott Broom, WUSA 9.
Caught a lot, though. The tournament
sure
runs
did.
until Saturday. Prizes include some high-end fishing gear and, of course, bragging rights.